What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I've got another very important Palantir update for you guys going into next week. So recently, we received news that Palantir has gotten another $32.5 million contract, and the actual time frame that this contract is going to be for is actually relatively short, so this is going to have a pretty substantial effect, in my opinion, on Palantir's revenue going over the next couple of quarters. Now, we also have Palantir's earnings date coming up over the next couple of weeks, and I think that this could be the catalyst that we finally receive that is going to send the stock going higher. And in addition, we have Palantir working with a medical research company to cure or help provide the best treatment possible to cancer patients. So we have a lot of information to cover in this video, so make sure you guys stick until the end so you're caught up on everything going on with Palantir, so you're prepared to go into this next trading week. So before we get into all of that information, if you guys would like to earn two free stocks with Webull, valued up to $1,850, make sure you check out that link down below in my description. All you have to do is sign up for an account, deposit over $100, and you get access to those two free stocks. And if you guys enjoy the information and analysis that I provide for you in these videos, make sure you go down and hit that like button. It costs you nothing to do it, but it really helps me out a whole lot in getting this information out to as many people as possible. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So over the last week for Palantir, we did see a pretty significant increase in the share price, but towards the end of last week, we did see it start to sell off again. Now, we are pretty much pinned in a range right now, but I do think that earnings is going to provide and serve as the catalyst that we could see Palantir go higher in the short term. Now, when we take a look at the actual date for Palantir's earnings, Palantir Technologies announced today that results for its first quarter ended March 31st, 2021 will be released on Tuesday, May 11th, 2021, prior to the open of the US market. So I just want to put this out there for you guys. If you have decided to trade options for Palantir's earnings and you want to sell off your position before the actual earnings call, you would have to sell your position on Monday since Palantir is reporting their earnings before the market opens on Tuesday. And speaking of options, when we come over and take a look at Palantir's option chain, we're going to be looking at this May 21st, 2021 expiration date. So this does not have very much time to expiration, but we can see that these $25 strikes have a 55,649 open interest with a volume on Friday of about 9,000 contracts. So option traders are extremely bullish on Palantir in the short term, and the open interest is going to essentially tell us the amount of contracts that people or institutions are holding in their accounts at the current time. But when we move down to these 30s, we can see that there is an 88,741 open interest. And the volume on last Friday for this specific strike, 4,906. What this is going to essentially mean is that if Palantir reports blowout earnings on May 11th, we could see Palantir's share price really start to rocket up. And if Palantir gets close enough to this $30 strike, we could see what is called a gamma squeeze. Now, I've talked about this a lot in my previous Palantir videos, so I'm not going to go over it in depth, but essentially, if Palantir were to start to get very close to this $30 strike price, we would see the institutions have to come out and buy enough shares on the open market to cover all of these contracts, which would provide a lot more buying volume, which would then push the share price of Palantir higher. Now, let's get into this big new contract that Palantir has received, and this is going to be pretty substantial. So Palantir has been awarded a $32.5 million firm fixed price contract that provides data as a service platform for two separate mission areas. The first is the Project Brown Heron effort that has the Palantir Gotham platform configured to automatically ingest data from across the Department of the Air Force that continually push personnel, equipment, planning, health, and other readiness data sources into their common data foundation. This readiness information is a critical component to DAF-wide pandemic analysis and decision-making. The second is to provide mission-critical space situational awareness and command and control capabilities to operational users at the National Space Defense Center and the Combined Space Operations Center. Work will be performed in Palo Alto, California, and is expected to be completed November 30th, 2021. This award is the result of a a sole source acquisition, fiscal 2021 operation and maintenance funds in the amount of $12.8 million, and fiscal 2021 research development, test, and evaluation funds in the amount of $4 million are being obligated at the time of the award. Space and Mission Systems Center, Los Angeles Air Force Base, California, is the contracting activity. So this is a very substantial contract for Palantir, and we can see that they're going to be receiving this $32.5 million by November 30th, 2021. So this is not a very long-term contract. So Palantir is going to get all of this $32.5 million very soon. Now, something that I want you guys to understand about this new contract is that it's not going to be included in Palantir's revenue and EPS numbers when those come out on May 11th. Now, in my opinion, Palantir is still going to have a blowout earnings because we've received contracts over the past quarter from PG&E, Rio Tinto, BP, British Petroleum, and they've unveiled their ERP suite through the use of Amazon Web Services. So, in my opinion, Palantir is set up in an absolutely unbelievable spot to greatly exceed earnings expectations. Now, in addition, we haven't seen the contract amounts from a lot of these different private companies, which is another way that I think Palantir is set up to massively beat expectations. Now, let's get into some of this cancer research that Palantir is helping out with. So, MD Anderson advances data collaboration through technology agreement with Syntropy. The University of Texas MD Cancer Center today announced efforts to advance its capabilities to seamlessly connect basic science, translational, and clinical research data for the benefit of patients through a technology collaboration with Syntropy and the Foundry platform, which is Palantir's flagship data analytics platform. This initiative is part of MD Anderson's new strategy aimed at focusing its mission to end cancer on approaches that maximize the impact on humanity, which includes growing its capabilities in data science. Now, you might be thinking here, well, this might be some sort of one-off deal, and Palantir is just starting to get into this cancer research field, but that's not actually the case. When we come over to Palantir's impact studies, healthcare institutions use Palantir Foundry to accelerate the rate of scientific discovery. With real-time access to experimental findings, they are performing novel statistical analyses, developing breakthrough insights into diseases, and collaborating in new ways across the scientific community, so turbocharging research at the NIH. NIH high-throughput screening robots have tested hundreds of millions of combinations of cell lines and compounds. Researchers use Foundry to access and analyze this massive-scale data, uncovering potential repurposing opportunities, synergistic drug combinations, and genomic correlates of drug response. So in this case, they are working to try to figure out the best treatment plan for their patients by using their data analytics platform. They're also doing this down here, unifying patient data to personalize medicine. Cancer centers use Foundry to overcome a siloed data landscape with a unified and compliant view of patients that fully respects patient privacy. Scientists create granular patient cohorts to deliver individualized therapy. This is just going along with what I have said many times in my previous Palantir videos, that I think that Palantir's total addressable market at the current time is unlimited, which is why I am so bullish on Palantir going forward. If they can get into all of these different markets and kind of repurpose and fine-tune their different platforms to actually have these different institutions in healthcare or any of these other sectors be able to use this platform to better improve patients' lives and everyday individuals' lives, Palantir is going to be a company that is going to be around for the long haul. So that is going to conclude this update on Palantir. If you guys enjoyed the information and analysis that I provided for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So I hope you guys are having a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video.